The last piece we need to talk about is complex fractions. A complex fraction are fractional expressions with separate fractions within the numerator, denominator, or both. Some examples would be if you have 1/2 over x squared plus 1, or if you had 3 over x squared divided by the quantity x plus 1 over x squared plus x. Now if we have to simplify a complex fraction, such as that in example E, where we have x plus 1 over x squared minus 1, all divided by the quantity x over x minus 1, the first thing we want to do is to treat this complex fraction like a division problem and solve it as such. We're going to multiply by the reciprocal. So the first thing I actually want to do is rewrite it as x plus 1 over x squared minus 1 with my division sign, so I can write it horizontally, x over x minus 1. Then I will multiply by the reciprocal. So x plus 1 over x squared minus 1 multiplied by, put the x minus 1 on top and the x on bottom. My second step is going to be to factor the numerator and denominator as much as possible in this problem. So I see that my x plus 1, my x minus 1, and my x are already factored. But this right here can be factored more. So I have x plus 1 on top, on the bottom, x squared minus 1 is a difference of squares. So I have x plus 1 times x minus 1, and that is times x minus 1, I like to put parentheses around them to keep things separately, and x. Then once I have done that, I'm going to come down here, step 3 is going to be to simplify it. So now that I have this, I see that I have an x plus 1 on the top and an x plus 1 on the bottom. I also have an x minus 1 on the top and an x minus 1 on the bottom. So when I look at this, all that I've left over is a 1 in the top, because everything else, when you cancel them, they all go to 1s, and an x in the bottom. Moving on to example F. I have x plus 2 over x minus 1 divided by x minus 3 over x plus 5. So first I'm going to rewrite this horizontally. And then I will rewrite it with multiplying by the reciprocal. Now if you notice here, there's nothing I can cancel. I can't cancel the x's because they're all attached to a plus or minus some number, and none of the numbers work either. So in this case, I simply put it all together. So I've got x plus 2 times x plus 5 all over x minus 1 times x minus 3. And this is my final solution. Let's look at one more example. In this particular problem, we have fractional problem within a fractional problem because we have all this that still needs to be combined. So the first thing I'm going to do is rewrite it. So I've got 1 over x plus 1 over 2x divided by x plus 4 times x divided by x minus 2. So the first thing I need to deal with is adding these up. So I see that what's missing from this fraction is that I don't have a 2 in the bottom. So if I multiply by 2 here, I have to multiply by 2 up here, which means that I've got 2 over 2x plus 1 over 2x, which means I have 2 plus 1 over 2x, which is 3 over 2x. So I'm going to write that down here, 3 over 2x. And that, I'm going to take this and multiply it as a reciprocal. So I've got x minus 2 on top and x plus 4 on the bottom. I see that there's nothing that I can combine here, and so therefore I'm going to write it as 3 times x minus 2 over 2x times x plus 4. And that would be our solution. What I want you to do now is complete these 3 U-Try problems and bring them with you to class tomorrow. And don't forget to write your summary.